during the month of June 2022, we have been honored to receive Carlos Alberto Torres, UCLA Distinguished Professor in SAID, Interdisciplinary Research Center for Education and Development, Lusófono University, as a Fullbright specialist. Thank you for your collaboration and for your availability to record a bit of your contribution. Carlos Alberto Torres frames global citizenship education, enabling its deepened research in educational sciences. Grounded in his previous work on globalization and educational challenges, multiculturalism and social justice education, and political sociology of education, the author develops a critical pedagogical and analytical perspective that invites researchers and students to look deeper into globalization in its complex and plural dimensions and its impact in society and education, structural violence manifestations threatening peace and the planet, and theoretical challenges for a global citizenship education that defends people and the environment inclusively and democratically. So, I begin the first question. Education for global citizenship and sustainability. What is it? How do you define it? And what is your advice to frame it considering our situation in semi-peripheral contexts in Southern Europe?
Very many thanks for the question. It's an important question. Global citizenship education has been developed in the UN system for some time. And with the last approved model in the assembly of the UN, it was connected with one particular point of the Sustainable Development Goals, which is point 4.7. So in other terms, the way I see both global citizenship education and sustainability is like twin sisters. That is, if you want to obtain global citizenship education, you must work around sustainability.
Thank you. So second question, how can global citizenship education be seen as, and I quote, a resource to enhance global peace, sustainability of the planet, and the defense of global commons, as you've written in your article for the encyclopedia regarding this theme?
Thank you very much for that question, which is essential for the success of these events. First, global peace is an important global commons. That is, we need peace, which is a treasure of humanity. Then the question of global citizenship emerged also as a way to look after the planet as much as to look after the individuals, the communities, etc. And of course, it will be at the same time central to the possibility of creating a better world. This better world needs to take into account what I have defined as the global commons. And this is important because global commons have always been considered the outer space, the oceans and rivers which cannot be privatized, and of course, the large set of forests like the Amazon. Is the Amazon only part of Brazil and some part of Peru and some part of other countries, or is the Amazon one of the lungs of South America? In that context, I would like to reframe the argument of global commons. I think that the first global common ought to be the question of defense of the planet, or planetarization. That is, we need to provide the conditions for the planet to survive and thrive despite the predatory actions of human beings. The second, I already said the importance of peace. But what I mean by peace is also a sense of living together. And living together requires different ways in which people can develop their own perspectives. Here is crucial one element about peace. We have reached a point in the war technology that a third world war that could move into an atomic war, as we are, some of us are worrying about this war between Russia, Ukraine, and of course, the presence of NATO, could be the end of civilizations as we know them. So my point being that peace is almost a precondition for survival and sustainable worlds. The third element is that, so what happened to people? Well, I like to think along the lines of the preface of the American Constitution, because I think the founding fathers, and they were all males, got it right. In a way, what we need to do is to learn how to live together with people that are all different, and how we cross the line of difference in that context, while at the same time searching for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And believe me, it is not a romantic argument. I have in my computer more than one article written by economists about the importance of happiness for economic growth. So if you really look at this question of happiness, it's not only that we should be happy and find ways to be happy, but also that happiness have many productive engagements with people, communities, families, nations, regions, and the globe.
Thank you. So lastly, why is global citizenship education, and I quote again, an intervention in search of a theory?
Well, I use that image, some people may call it an allegory, because I don't see a theory behind these arguments. I see an intervention because we are facing serious crisis in the world. So we need a theory that can justify and defend planet, peace, and happiness, life, etc., in ways that people understand that we are not in a condition of going into another war and make civilization to disappear. In synthesis, whether we can find a theory or not, that is a prerequisite to make a much more analytical and epistemological argument. But what we need to do is to really create an intervention now so we can prevent a big crisis to come upon us.
Thank you very much.